morning, guys. How are you? I hope that you're having a lovely day. Let's tap in, shall we? Touch not my anointed, and do my prophet no harm. It is so important that we realize that when we are going to be inquisitive about one person or others, let's just say more than one, that you realize that when you are tapping into that person, who's tapping into you? A gentleman, not gentle, let's say a man goes to a person, goes to a woman, and she specializes in the Akashic records and other sorts of things. And she's really good, very talented in what it is that she does. But he's going to ask if, or should I say he's already asked, okay, this is past tense. He's gone to this woman in order to get information on how he can connect with the person he's trying to connect with. Now, the person has let him know that he is not invited to actually go into that area. But somehow, he finds himself wanting to know more information than should be allotted to him at that point in time. You see, sometimes we want to know something we want to know something and we want to know immediately. It's almost like right now, I'll say, we as American people, right? We want everything and we want it at moment's notice, okay? We want to, let's say we feel like we want to taste an apple. We want that apple right now. You want information. You want that information right now. But some things are off limits to you. Some things are not allotted to you. But by you inquiring about it, and someone tells you, okay, you can't do that unless you pay this fee, sometimes you'll find that you are wasting your money. You're wasting your money because the information is not going to be given to you. And when you violate certain principles, certain ethics, spiritual ethics we'll call them, you are now finding yourself in a bad predicament, okay? I stated before, when you have children, you have offspring, and you decide that you want to play in the yard that does not belong to you, and you're going to definitely be punished, just like a child who does not do what they're supposed to do, and they get on punishment. Well, the sins of the father states that not only will you receive it, but the people closest to you will receive it. Could be your offspring, could be your mother, could be anyone connected to you. And this is the problem. The problem is that people don't realize the spiritual laws, and they are in violation of them. We are, as human beings, sometimes we don't ask God first. You have to ask for permission sometimes when you are going to do things. As I stated before, it's like when you are going to God in prayer and you're asking Him for an hour later, okay? Something as simple as that. There's a certain thing that people even do even when they're eating, saying grace, being thankful, being humble to God and asking for the things that we need, not just the things that you want, because sometimes people find themselves in a corrupt state of mind, meaning, let's say, greed. Let's say you want all the money in the world. You can ask for certain things, but some things should not be allotted to you because you don't either deserve it or maybe you're not ready for it. We sometimes ask for things and when we receive them, we're not ready to receive them, and what happens? We blow the whole thing away, A woman. We're looking at this on so many different levels, okay? Now, I'm not going to go deeper than that because I believe the parties who are invested know who they are, and I'm just giving you another wake-up call. Be careful. What does Cardi B say? Be careful with me. You somehow people are still thinking that they are God, and you are not. You need to make sure that you stay in your place. Make sure that you are, I hate to put it that way, but It seems as though every other way that I've stated this, people are still in violation, okay? So let's get into it in another perspective, okay? Our children are watching everything that we do. And somehow people are still doing things in front of their children. I told you a couple of weeks, was last week? Maybe last week, a woman was at the mall taking her clothes off, and the police had to come in and help her put her clothes back on and whatsoever. So there was a woman who was watching, and she was laughing. Her children were there with her, and they were laughing too. I'm talking toddler and up, okay? In fact, it was a baby even smaller than that. When you are allowing your children to see all these things and you're laughing, it's almost as though it's acceptable. These children are watching, and now the little girl is narrating what she saw, okay? Then they go around the father, and the father's like, wait a minute. You didn't even try to cover my child's eyes? You didn't even try to protect her from this? This is too soon. And the way that she's talking is though she's a grown-up. She's still a child. Some things the children should be protected from. They were laughing on a video recently of a child laughing at the water dance. I mean, the parents laughing at the water dance. The child was watching the video, and the child was doing the water dance. She did everything but pour the water on her backside, but she was doing that same dance. That's an explicit dance. So if you have children watching certain videos and they are acting upon what it is that they're seeing, maybe they're growing up a little too soon. When is it going to be a time when these children are going to be sheltered? We need to not be exposing these children to so much so soon. They don't get a chance to actually enjoy their childhood. There was a girl who actually had certain gifts. And with all these gifts, because she was not shown the right way, she was using these gifts inappropriately or incorrectly, pulling people's wigs off and such, because this is what she thought was funny, because her parents did not tell her what was right from wrong. We need to make sure that we are being more careful and cautious as to what we are exposing our children to. For if we continue to just let them just learn things on their own and not correct the problems, we're going to have a society of more problems. Let us really be clear and be more careful and more conscious of what these children are exposed to. I need to be the one to speak because I was exposed to too much as a child and was able to see too much too soon. When this happens, our children are growing up too soon. Let us be mindful of these actions. So lovely being you. Please exercise the authority of you being you and making sure that we are placing our children on the right platforms in the right direction so that we can teach them in the way that they really should grow. Thank you.